Hello everybody, it's LE Diecast and we are back. This time I wanted to show off a few new customs that I was working on, and these have some stories with them, as you might guess, and one is a Torino, as you might guess. We've done a lot of Torinos here lately. I really polished the hell out of this one, so hope you like it. That one took a lot of work to get polished. So a couple stories about these, and then I'll give you a closer look. This one back here, very proud of, that is Andrew's first custom. He basically picked out everything. He wanted it to look like another car that we've had. So you've probably seen a Torino that I had that looked like that. It was the convention car that we made for last year's LA convention. And Andrew really liked that one. And so he wanted one, but I gave him his choice of a few cars. He picked this Chevelle. And we made a few changes. So I changed the decal orientation, or I should say Andrew picked a different spot for the decals. He really wanted to use these LE Diecast decals, so he put those on himself. First time he's done that. He sanded this down. I'll get the light moving across it so you can really see how smooth it is. It's a very good job of sanding that he did on that. The boy's got some talent. He also helped paint the interior. He picked the rim color, which is kind of a bronze, which I've never used before and did not think would really look good, and it looks great on here. So it really worked out well. He put it all back together. He put the JB weld in it, everything he did. I kind of helped him with the safety part, but a very cool custom that my 8-year-old made. So very happy with that. He's following in my footsteps. So we'll take a closer look at this one. But this flame job, that mask of that flame, is one you can buy on the website. It's one we use a lot here. It's by far my favorite mask because you can use it in so many different ways. I like the way it lifts up over that back wheel well. It's one of my favorite reasons to use that mask. These Chevelles, when you're sanding them, the hoods are really hard to sand. They've got these kind of raised, I guess you'd call those cowls, and very easy to scratch the paint on those. So you got to be careful when you're sanding them. I did start using a Q-tip, and then basically I kind of press a piece of either 2000 or 6000 grit sandpaper, depending on where I'm at in the sanding, and kind of use a Q-tip to push the sandpaper around in those tiny spots to give it that sheen that it's got. So real happy with the way that one turned out. Here is the Torino. Now this one was one I made. You might have seen this in the background on some videos. I usually throw the customs as they're being made in the background just so folks can comment on them that know what they're looking for. And I've done a lot of Torinos, as I mentioned. This one, kind of a test. That is not one of my mask sets, so I am not going to take credit for that. That is one I bought at a Hot Wheels show a long time ago. And to tell you the truth, I have no clue who made that mask. I bought it to use and have since made my own, and I found those. They were kind of buried in my collection, and so I dug them out and used them and really like it on this Torino. It's a mask I've had trouble finding a use for, but really like the way that it looked on here. This was painted that blue first. And I tell you how I mixed that blue and what the undercoats were, but I really don't remember. And but the entire car was that blue, and then we masked off the blue and painted it a black. And it is a pearl black, and I really doubt it's going to show, but it sparkles in the sunlight quite a bit. So it's a pearl-esque black, and then the hood is a flat black. And the hood was painted a flat black, mainly because I accidentally scratched a little piece of the hood and didn't really want to repaint it and polish it again. I was kind of getting tired of polishing this one. So I painted it flat black, and I really like the way the flat black looks better. It breaks up that shine on it. The other decals, we got some of these from Pato's Place, which will give him credit, my favorite place to buy my decals. Most of the sponsor decals you see on mine I get from Pato's place. And then the LA Diecast decals I got made at a site. I'm not going to remember it to tell you, but I'll try to remember to put the links in the comments down below. But we made our own decals, which is very fun. So if you're a customizer and you like to promote your stuff or have your own racing team, whatever, you can print your own. So these are, I think those are gray, and I got white and black as well. So they all roll, so they roll just fine. Very happy with the way these roll. They're perfectly flat on the ground, but mostly happy with the new way that these are getting polished up. And I will do a video on how I polish them, but there really isn't any big secret. It's just a lot of time, and I just start with a grit of somewhere about 800. Very light sanding. I would even not really call it sanding. It's more of kind of a polish that I do with about an 800 grit, and then I just work my way down. I go to 1,000 and then 2,000 and then 4,000, and then we go to 8,000, and then we go to 12,000, and then when that's all done, I use a polish on top of it and polish and polish and polish and polish, and then usually find some blemishes, and then we start the whole process all over again. So that's how they got done. Did get the headlights in on these, and this one does have its tail lights. I am betting I forgot the tail lights. Yeah, I did not paint the tail lights red on it. I always forget. I always want to show these off, and I forget. The tail lights are the last thing I do, so still need to paint the tail lights in that. But very happy with how those two turned out. And you can leave your comments below. Let me know what you like about them, or if you've got any questions. Let me know if you have any tips that'll help. So that'll do it for this video, and we'll see you all later. Remember to subscribe. See you later. Bye-bye.